U.S. Immigration New Rule 2025, Third Country Visa Stamping, Big Update. In an abrupt and seismic shift, the United States Department of State has shattered a long-standing norm of international travel and immigration, effectively ending the practice of third-country visa stamping. This change, a quiet but profound bureaucratic overhaul, has sent shockwaves through the global community of students, skilled workers, and tourists who have long relied on the flexibility of U.S. visa processing. For years, the ability to apply for a visa at a consulate outside of one's home country was a vital lifeline, a strategic workaround for the notorious backlogs and endless queues that plague high-demand embassies. Now, with a stroke of a pen, that lifeline has been severed. This article will delve into the intricacies of this new policy, exploring the key rules and their implications, identifying the countries and individuals most affected, detailing the limited exceptions, and finally, examining the underlying reasons behind this significant tightening of U.S. visa procedures. What all we are going to see in this video. 1. What is third-country visa stamping? 2. The new announcement, a swift and uncompromising shift. 3. The impact, who and what are affected. 4. Limited exceptions, the narrow window of flexibility. 5. The rationale, why this change now? Just grab a coffee, keep a notepad with you, relax, and watch the full video. Coming to the topic. The end of an era. What is third-country visa stamping? For years, the U.S. immigration system, while complex, offered a crucial element of flexibility through what was known as third-country visa stamping or third-country national (TCN) visa processing. This was a pragmatic solution born out of necessity, allowing individuals to apply for a U.S. visa at an embassy or consulate in a country where they were neither a citizen nor a legal resident. This practice was not just a convenience, it was a strategic tool. Consider the case of a tech worker from India on an H-1B visa in the U.S. needing to renew their visa stamp. They would face wait times of over a year at U.S. consulates in India. To avoid this agonizing delay, they could book a visa interview appointment at a U.S. consulate in a third country like Mexico, Canada, or Singapore, where wait times were often just a few weeks or months. This consulate shopping became a common and accepted workaround, especially during and after the COVID-19 pandemic, when backlogs swelled to unprecedented levels. The practice provided a pathway for millions to continue their work, studies, and family ties in the U.S. without being trapped by consular delays in their home countries. The new announcement, a swift and uncompromising shift. The U.S. Department of State's recent announcement has brought this era of flexibility to an end. Effective as of September 6, 2025, a new and stringent rule has been put into place. Almost all non-immigrant visa applicants are now required to schedule their interviews at a U.S. embassy or consulate in their country of nationality or legal residence. This single change has several immediate and serious consequences. Interviews must be in your home country. The cornerstone of the new policy is the mandating of visa interviews at an applicant's country of citizenship or legal residence. This completely eliminates the practice of consulate shopping and forces applicants to navigate the backlogs and wait times in their home country. Non-transferable and non-refundable fees. The Department of State has added a significant financial disincentive for those who fail to comply. If an applicant mistakenly books an appointment in a third country, the application fees will not be refunded or transferred. This means that a simple mistake could cost hundreds of dollars, adding a layer of risk to an already stressful process. Existing appointments. While the new rule is in full effect, there is a small measure of relief for those who were quick to act. The announcement indicates that appointments already scheduled in third countries before September 6, 2025, will generally be honored. However, this is a one-time grace period, and all future appointments must adhere to the new policy. A broader crackdown. The elimination of interview waivers. This policy change did not happen in a vacuum. It follows closely on the heels of another major policy shift that has severely restricted the visa interview waiver program, often called Dropbox. Previously, many applicants, including children under 14 and seniors over 79, could renew their visas without an in-person interview. Now, most must appear in person. This further strains an already overburdened system, as consular offices must now accommodate a much larger volume of in-person interviews. The impact: who and what are affected? This policy change has a disproportionately severe impact on individuals from countries with high populations and notoriously long visa wait times. The most heavily affected populations include Indian nationals, Indian citizens, particularly the vast numbers of students on F-1 visas and skilled professionals on H-1B visas, have been the primary users of third-country visa appointments. With U.S. consulates in India facing months-long, and in some cases, year-long backlogs, this new rule will create immense logistical and professional challenges. Many will be forced to delay their return to the U.S., potentially disrupting their employment or academic schedules. Chinese nationals: the U.S. visa process for Chinese nationals also faces significant demand. Like their Indian counterparts, they will now be confined to applying within mainland China, likely leading to longer wait times. Brazilians and Mexicans: these populations have also frequently used third-country options for convenience and to avoid local backlogs, a strategy that is now no longer available. The new rule applies to a broad range of non-immigrant visa categories, ensuring that the impact is widespread. Temporary workers: this includes H-1B, L-1, O-1, J-1, and others, who are vital to the U.S. economy and research sectors. Students: the F-1 and M-1 visa categories will be profoundly affected, potentially causing delays for students trying to begin or continue their academic programs. Tourists and business visitors: even those on B1/B2 visas will feel the effect, with spontaneous or urgent international travel becoming more difficult due to the inability to secure a quick visa appointment in a third country. Limited exceptions: the narrow window of flexibility. While the new policy is a sweeping change, there are a few, highly specific exceptions. No U.S. embassy or consulate. The most significant exception is for nationals of countries where the U.S. does not have a functioning embassy or consulate for routine visa services. For example, nationals of Venezuela must apply at a designated post like Bogota, Colombia, and those from Syria must apply in Amman, Jordan. Official and diplomatic visas: the rule does not apply to certain visa categories for diplomatic and official purposes, e.g., A, G, C2, C3, NATO visas. These visa types are considered essential for international relations and are thus exempt from the new restrictions. Humanitarian and medical emergencies: in extremely rare circumstances, exceptions may be granted on a case-by-case basis for genuine humanitarian or medical emergencies. However, the criteria for these exceptions are strict, and they are not intended to be a common workaround. The rationale: why this change now? The U.S. government has not provided an exhaustive official explanation for this policy change, but it is widely seen as part of a broader effort to tighten and standardize immigration and visa procedures. The rationale behind this decision likely includes increased scrutiny and vetting. By requiring applicants to be interviewed in their home country, U.S. officials can centralize the vetting process. Consular officers in a person's home country are often better equipped to verify an applicant's background, financial ties, and intent, as they are more familiar with local customs, records, and security concerns. Standardizing procedures: the policy eliminates the inconsistency that arose from different consulates having different wait times and varying standards for TCN processing. This move ensures a more uniform process for all applicants, regardless of their location. Encouraging transparency: the rule compels applicants to be transparent about their status and reasons for travel, discouraging the use of third countries as a way to avoid scrutiny. This new policy represents a significant step in the U.S. government's ongoing effort to assert greater control over its borders and visa processes. For millions of travelers, students, and workers, the era of flexibility is over, replaced by a more rigid and, for many, more challenging landscape. The days of a quick trip to a neighboring country for a visa stamp are now a thing of the past, forcing countless individuals to re-evaluate their professional and personal plans in the face of what may be unprecedented delays. Yes, if you like the efforts, please be with us by subscribing to the channel Travel Tree News for more updates on such matters.